clarity to deepen your understanding as the listener.
The decisive factor will be knowledgeable leadership committed to
The top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics, it's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just realizing that? No matter what I do, they will still abuse me.
Hello there. Remember the saying, knowing what to do and who to call can make all the difference. In case of fire, if you see a fire outbreak in either your home, office, or neighborhood, what do? In case of a crime or in danger, or you see something suspicious, what do? Injured, not breathing, or having a medical emergency, what then do you do? Simple. Reach out to the appropriate personnel by calling the emergency toll-free 767. Now here is what to do when you call. Stay calm and speak clearly. Describe the emergency, give your exact location, give your name and phone number so the personnel can contact you. Misuse the emergency line as wax calls delay real help and are punishable by law. Let's work together to make Lagos safer for everyone. Remember, is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Stay alert, stay safe.
What's your emergency?
Good afternoon, Mr. President. And I want to use this medium to talk to you. Please look at the youth of Nigeria. We are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in every decisions that affects the next meal. Shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes to the complexities of politics, we strive to give it clarity to deepen your understanding. 괏ᴜ Akínyẹ̀dé and Saheed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. on your top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics, it's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just realizing that? No matter what I do, they will still abuse me.
A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Midweek Politics on your Super Dial Milan 98.3 FM. It's a Wednesday, and you know from now till 3 p.m. at 120 minutes of conversation around politics, hardcore politics. Beyond what you get to read on the pages of your newspaper, and it's always my pleasure to have you join us every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. My name is Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ Akínyẹ̀dé. I'm always excited was concluded. Even though a lot of people were asking, 2027, why are you discussing 2027 in 2023? Well, we're here now. And the bulk of the conversation around it, trying to make a quick trip to Edo State to honorable bring in the titled chief, a red chief man, Mr. Matthew Okoduwa. And once he's here, it's a bumper show. It looks like the back and forth between the FCT minister and his former friend, as both of them called each other names yesterday. We get to play you the sound bites and we'll break all of those things down. On the show today, we're going to focus on some of those, as of today, they also have a state governor, which is Osun State. We'll have Abga from Anambra State and Oyo, Bauchi, Zamfara, and Nentawe Itwada, the national chairman of the former governor of Cross River State, His Excellency Donald Duke. So it's a loaded here. Well, Governor Seyi Makinde called the FCT minister a vagabond. You want to know why? Stick around. Let's take a very short line. I want to allow you to join the conversation, but we're streaming also on YouTube on Mainland 98.3 FM. Stick around and let's have a good conversation. And Mr. Gooda is here. He's looking Gen Z. So if you're streaming...
Nigeria, we are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in everything that defines us as a sovereign entity. Isn't it right to discuss what makes it tick? When the main actors converge in the power corridors to make decisions that affect the next meal, shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes to the complexities of
knowledgeable leadership committed to good governance.
Make it a date with 괏ᴜ Akínyẹ̀dé and Saheed Fuad. It's a whole meal.
Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just realizing that? But
children, they die more and more. No food to eat, no light to see, no water to drink.
Okay, we're back, and from now till 3 p.m., it's about the conversation. It is Midweek Politics on your Super Dial Milan 98.3 FM station, where you get to have issues for and his league of elite analysts would always come here for 2 hours as well, 6 to 8 p.m. To break everything down in the tiniest of details, nothing missed. And you'll also join us. Global Focus would also have the newspaper reviews and everything you need to know on Mainland Focus. So all very soon, I'm sure before the end of the month, I would have Oᴜ the Yoruba version of the situation on Fridays, just as we also have the bulk of our programs on Fridays. Mr. Matthew Okoda is here. Like I said, he's looking Jay-Z. So in case you're doing more of the had in common, that relation, wonder if it's about his own second term ambition, who should definitely start anytime soon, or some show. And the twist show, smart to say, of to the party with the yellow logo, so opposition from the platform of the People's Democratic Party. So we keep our fingers crossed. But at the crisis within the people, Matthew Okodo, it's always a pleasure to have you join us. It's a gift we don't get to. Well, there's the big man himself, Side Forward. Sometimes when I listen to Side in the morning, different. He's always calmer in the morning, but when it comes to midweek party, how many more people do we have under the umbrella Side Forward? Good to have you join us on the show today.
Again, I don't know whether there's any umbrella anywhere again, really, in reality, because
there is an umbrella, but whether there are still people under it. Because
you ask yourself, how do you reconcile people who are all about their personal interests? Exactly. Parties are not formed based on any clear ideology. There's no binding ideology. There's not really anything really bringing these politicians together. So they can't even concede. They don't know when to say enough is enough. They don't know when to press it. They're only committed to their own personal interests. And so once before now, you would have thought that, look, he's a man that he swore never to do anything. The video in
2022, ahead of the PDP primaries.
God should punish him.
A lot of things changed, especially when they start announced
at the convenience of the moment at that time.
The delegates need to vote.
So he needed to show some real love and commitment to the party. But what he has done today, I hate to really go back to look who may disagree with me, and I think the founding fathers of the PDP made a grave mistake. And character of the person is also as, if I cannot control it, I pull it down. There are people who will say, look, if I can't have it, let someone else have it. One from my grandfather who trained me was, look, he said, don't be a destroyer. There are some, look, even among children, and they find themselves in a political tension to where people are growing up, they become their character. And so when you put them, so you see, the little things we don't pay attention to when we are growing up. I remember one of the most terrible beats after his prayer, he just called me in, and that was the rule. Don't be a destroyer.
Well,
so they don't mind destroying the party. There's no love for the party, and it's unfortunate. They're helping to destroy the party. The people who are now realizing that, look, they've gone too far too in helping to destroy the party. And that was why I was telling say this morning, when Seyi Makinde was
they define their roles in their lives,
what will be the end game? Law.
Period.
You can't just tell me, you just come.
Just come, everybody, just come. Where are we going to?
Okay, we know why we have to come together.
But from here, where
are we going to make those kinds of mistakes? You see, you don't make a mistake of we have a destination point. At that time of the G5, what they said was their commitment to, that was what they said. But the reality is that, look, commitment to a southern president of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and I keep even question also open. He might deny it, but there are enough evidence to show that, look, if he had been chosen as a running mate of Atiku,
he would not have
worked against the interests of ask Governor Seyi Makinde that at the point of forming the G5, did you at any point, after we have successfully worked against the interests of Atiku and
everybody
fails,
to your tent, O Israel,
what is next? What are we going to be doing next? Because whether we like it or not, it would have affected the fortunes of the party.
Obviously, yes.
So what then are we going to do?
How do you recover?
How do we recover from the loss? what will now be the fate of the party? Again, you must realize that, look, we are supporting a thoroughbred politician in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What is in it for us? So you can even talk about your personal interest too. They can even have talked about their personal interest and then the interest of the party. But from coming now to begin to lament that, look, I didn't discuss with Wike. I'm even surprised that Wike that now promised the president that we hold the party down. I think at the end of the day, a lot of the blame should also go to Governor Seyi Makinde. Yeah, but why did you have to join that kind of man? Especially when I see people even begin to talk about Wike, how do you begin to talk about somebody who says one thing today and is doing something completely different tomorrow? He helped somebody to become governor. So what? Yes. He also even criticized Godfatherism in Lagos.
Mm-hmm. He said that's why he said Rivers not be Lagos. They don't know be Lagos.
He said, look, as far as he's concerned, the things he says, he's not even committed. He doesn't even believe in what he's saying. Because consistently, we can do an analysis of more than 100 things he has said that he has reneged on, or he's now starting to do something completely different from. And so it's the same man that will talk about integrity. Where is integrity? But again, we have found ourselves in this mess because, again, year in, year out, aggressive in just the sloganeering than in principles and practice. You can't be a progressive and the only thing you encourage is Godfatherism. You are a progressive and you are talking about the Boko Sebe. What's progressive in that? So we are in this era where we look at some of these things. That was why I was completely annoyed during the week when somebody was talking about Tinubu's politics and that of Awolowo, and to lift people out of poverty, to better the lives of the people. It was a mantra in that era: free and qualitative. In this era, where is the free? What we have now is that if you can't take it, you leave it.
And there's no compromise.
And it's not just free; it comes with quality. That was what they stood for, and that was why getting it across the states. One of the disciples of Allah is Baba Jakonde, and you could see it in what he did in Lagos. I was nobody. I was just a poor civil servant, but I'm able to own a home because there was commitment to say, look, so long you are a worker, you can own a. Is it about just winning an election? No. The politics
didn't it have effect in Yoruba land?
Whenever a president, the capacity is in the impact in the lives of the people. That's what I tell you. After President Eki, and there's this something like what you have in Disneyland, created also artificially in Singapore. So this young Nigerian said she was going round and round, and she kept seeing pictures of different world leaders. The only African leader
was Mandela.
Yes.
Where are the other African leaders? And who was it was even reluctantly accepted to even run. And after 4 years,
he went home.
They dropped it.
He went home.
But look at the legacy today.
A road.
They don't have to name a road
or a stadium
after him. But look, you need tithes. That is legacy. Some of us never lived the Awolowo era. We never really lived it. When I say we were very easy, it is not. You can anybody look. Jonathan out of nowhere became the president of this country. But what will be the legacy? So I say you can't compare Tinubu with Awolowo. It's not about the politics, it's about the impact in the lives of what the majority of the people. So we ask ourselves, the founding fathers of the PDP made a mistake in 1999 by the choice of who they gave the ticket of the party to.
Right forward. You've opened it up really deep, and it's very interesting to know what are the things. Samantha Okodo, I mean, where Side Forward took us to is a terrain you are absolutely, and those times. The Director General of Police, Chief Michael Kiro, I think in November last year in this, when the British flag was lowered on the eve of independence, there were 3 10-year-old boys for that interview. When I saw that information, and I thought it was like, okay, and became the Inspector General of Police. So we went over and I asked him, I said, what generation would he have loved to live? And he said he would prefer where he was coming from. The ideology is this and that.
Thank you. I think there is a wrong definition of democracy in this environment. If I accept the formal definition, by the people and not for the people, so we wrongly define that democracy here. Democracy in Nigeria is the rule of the elites, for the elites and by the elites. That is their own. There was an attempt to make democracy work for the people. That's why Chief Awolowo and whoever is following him then later focused on issues that benefit the people. They came and abolished that schedule and built more schools. So everybody goes to school in the morning and returns in the morning. Build houses. An attempt was made to let it serve the people. Another thing again that is wrong with us is that Nigeria is practicing one-party democracy. One party that has divisions. That's saying all political parties, they are the same thing. It is when you have only one party in Nigeria, one ideology, and you're able to loot there and be forgiven. So the ideology as at today is looting the treasury. That is the ideology that we have. So if you are not in whatever party and you are not looting, they can kill people, they can destroy people, they can destroy your future for their own to be good. Be this commitment to achieving those ideologies, and that will be for the benefit of the people. Until that, we are not ready now. Look at the party that came. There were big personalities that are respected, that can control these parties. Waziri was controlling is it AMPP now? Then I think Zik was controlling the APP. Something like all those. What I'm saying, they have individuals. When we are talking of PDP going after Aneni, there was nobody to resort to when there are crises. In this morning in news, what do you call it? Newspaper review, that is a trend in the papers. Fuad was saying that
beats everyone to order.
If you don't do the, so look at that's what we have. We don't have parties who we don't have individuals who have KC can govern this party, Makindisa can govern this party. Even me that I'm sitting in.
The Ekiti man?
The Ekiti man. So, no, feels he cannot. I'm talking of the man in Babishia that think he can. There has to be one leader who will say, you move here, or you go here, you let me organize this, you go this, you go this. That will be respected. We don't have them again.
There was a reason Aneni was called Mr. Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It. You can't come to Aneni, you are disagree with him, you are out. It's like somebody, oh, I'm coming, I have this, when I come, I give you, and he dies before he comes. There'll be scramble for those things because nobody will direct it. So nobody directing affairs have also contributed indirectly to their own debts, political debts, I suppose. Look at Amechi, Senator Saraki, Tambua,
who created the NPDP.
Created the NPDP.
But where are they now? On the long run,
and they all came back to.
They're all out of the equation.
They are out of it. Now, Whippy, where are they now?
Two of them are ambassadors.
So appointed. Have they reported?
Yes, will be this.
So even as at that, they are being compensated for being you. As a minister, you are likely to still go to. Whatever you do, the character that you grow up with. If you have that character of, negative character when you of Wike, it's a destroyer. It can destroy APC. And Wike should not be believed because and where is he now? He's feasting on cancer. So these will have characters of destroying. Suddenly, Saraki went quiet. Suddenly, Autumn went quiet. Suddenly, Tambuwa is just trying to resist it, let it not fall. Everybody work together that it should not fall. That is community building. You can have it. It must not be me.
As long as it's beneficial to everybody.
To group.
That's the new PDP.
If they had not left, APC would have won. G5 had not left.
Probably Tinubu wouldn't have won the election.
In 2003. So what happened in 2000 why didn't you think ahead? Why didn't you try to execute if you want to say so? Then the tension down. This one was thinking for it now.
So G5 is now G0.
G anything. It's all Tom around. I don't know. You understand? So
difficult to pull the lines, because in the last few years we've literally had the same set of politicians being recycled over and over. Are you worried that we may also be facing the same thing right now? If you sit a typical Nigerian politician down, old or young, there's only one thing in their minds, which is to make sure that they get a bite of the national cake. I know a lot of young politicians that are not even, and I'm like, wait a minute, bro, we're all comrades on this table criticizing these same people for the same thing.
To think about, and if they are behaving this badly,
what are they transmitting?
What are they transmitting to the coming politicians? Because the reality is that, look, the people who are coming are learning already from
them. Maybe it's a case of do as I say, not do as I do.
I know, this one's will even, half of the plate number.
The plate number, yes.
And then sometimes I check and I see National Association of Nigerians today.
Yes.
Where going to come from?
Whose luxury?
So I see there, you see that they are also already posturing.
Party is the youth wing of the political party.
And I say the also responsibility, NANS, as it stands today, has become complete all political jobbers.
Side forward.
Basically. So it is because who are aligned to the politicians, their cronies. But if we all take that position, critical of government, like, look, if we also want to be clean, to begin to obnob and faff around politicians for you to get crumbs that fall from the master's table, we have just taken it. And that's why you see that when you talk like, say, oh, you are looking for SA position, who have told you I'm looking for someone to appointment? So you are just reduce everything that you are just looking for appointment. You want to become an NC.
That's what it is.
How to insult and throw tantrums and not even as close at PDP's turn today.
We don't know.
Iwajuni, it might not be now. Do you know why? Look at what happened, for example. There's no rules that guide the party. So they don't weaken rules only to exert themselves by what they want within the party. And the culture of working with rules begins to continue to keep the party together. So that rules only, not the interest of just one person,
no individual,
guides the party. Buy the form, talk to delegates, talk to party members. The culture remains. But do you know why parties fall apart in Nigeria? Because yes, that's why I keep saying that, look, as it stands today in the APC, there is no political interest that is superior to that of the president. I was looking at the chairman of the APC on TV yesterday. He said he's in charge now and he has got what it takes.
Now.
That's why people are forming real loyalty.
Which is fake.
Look at what happened in the New York mayorship election in the United States.
Yes.
Very clear.
It was a choice.
Very clear. Yes. A lot of them didn't attend his rallies.
Yes.
There was no public endorsement.
They did not even endorse him.
There was no public endorsement.
Because he had come with that supported him is this other senator, this old senator. I remember his name now. Some did not even attend his rallies. People, and I saw people calling them out. Why have you not? At a stage when they did the primaries, because the Democratic Party, yes, have people of influence. But it's entrenched on you must step down.
No, nobody.
Our party in sorrow. Because so far the people,
there was no separate delegate list.
People, that is the people.
Still come out.
Side for
one
of our friend that was the local government chairperson. We were trying to reach before, but we were trying to reach you. You said no. What happened?
So what did the party do? It has to be, you will not. That's what you will see here. That is the politics they are playing in all this, in the name of consensus. The hypocrisy of it is Nigeria that you're looking for. Look at the Ekiti. They're narrowing those to the choice of
to their own choice.
APC in Osun,
and you know the sad part, they will tell you consensus is part of politics.
Even in Ekiti,
you had this. Those were the kinds of things to the PDP did then. That is haunting them today.
Absence of
democratic culture
is still very much.
You cannot become anything within the party based on your talent, based on the fact that people want you. You must. The problem of the APC is still coming. It's not now. Because they too really don't have any democratic culture. It's just a matter of time.
When you're talking of the selection for wide, when you're talking of selection, it starts from buying the forms. Those who have the acumen, that primarily has disqualified those intelligent people, those fine people, those beautiful people, or people that have beautiful ideas. They can't buy the form. Then you now approach somebody, he turns himself to a god. if you go, if I give you 30 million to buy,
if you win the governorship,
what's my own?
I will give 80% of your cabinet.
Somebody's boasting. I bought phone for everybody.
I bought phone for you. I will appoint your chief of staff.
I will appoint all of your commissioners.
I will appoint your commissioner of finance.
I will have a certain percentage from what comes to the state.
I will have your accountant general. Then your security vote, give me 40%.
So you will sit and talk sometimes. I'm like, do you know why I say that the House of Assembly will remove the speaker and then somebody from nowhere will say that and everybody, I don't know, it was no. And that was why you saw that even the State House of Assembly members had to cry
openly. Relax.
Because there's no democratic culture. House of Assembly members felt that they wanted to change the speaker.
A colleague of theirs that they appointed or elected.
And they give numbers based on the rules to remove the person. And somebody from somewhere from nowhere. In fact, the things we heard about the person, and that is the kind of culture that people want us to continue with. To only follow the interests and wishes of a few powerful people who run these parties. So the day those people are no longer available, what then happens to the party?
Confusion.
That was what look, the PDP, Obasanjo has to endorse you.
Obasanjo used 4 national.
No, you can't be the 5th Senate. That was
Alex.
No. Do you know that some of the most intelligent legislators we've ever produced
within that
were in that part of that national, fine, brilliant people? In fact, on record, it was said that they were the most educated set of legislators. The PDP did not return, not because their people did not want them. No. It was because the leadership of the party had about it. They will tell you no. Talk to the average APC members, even in this Lagos. The people who eventually emerge, it is in this democratic where Kimelo produce our chairman list. Say it that no list out of about 40% of the chairman were produced by this person.
What's your next plan? What's your next plan? This person will decide.
Okay, when you begin to hear that it is this leader that produced about 50%, then what of this chairman?
Factor had been thrown out of the window.
You understand what I'm saying now? So the day there's that, when there's no unified, I keep saying it. The day where that power that unifies everybody in the party is no longer available, so what you saw of the PDP openly, that was the beginning of the end for the PDP. Of the PDP. I asked you a question recently, as at the point Olusegun was going to finish his second term, look at the quality of people in the PDP at that time as politicians. How did Chief Olusegun arrive at Yaradua and Jonathan as choice? Also, did he that in the whole North and South?
Yaradua that for 8 years as Katsina State Governor, he was barely seen anywhere.
Are you telling me that at that time the entire PDP establishment was happy with the Yaradua choice? It was because the powers, it was about what I want and everybody must accept it.
Everybody was a test.
Best or was accepted
by the entire
people. They could not do anything. And that was the beginning of what? The end. And early Yaradua died, Jonathan came in. And then the former president still thought that he was the president. I could control him. Until when they fell apart.
And they started writing letters upon letters and then told the members.
I say that you play by the rules. You also ensure that democratic culture exists in your party.
You didn't need to write letters.
And in the nation at large. When you leave office, you have peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Don't get yourself involved again.
You will not need to write any because you would have done your part to put the country on the path of progress, where institutions cannot be put under individuals. What we have done is, look, at that point I remember my grandfather, God bless his soul, he was still alive, who trained me. It's just like 8 days.
8 days, yes.
That when he leaves office,
relax. The allergy is not here now to witness what he has said. But what he said is what he happened.
I remember at that time, if you remember, let's build institutions forget about trying to build a political empire. And what I'm saying today is a lesson to today's leaders who are also trying to build a political empire. It will not endure. It's just a matter of time.
Once you leave power leaves you.
It's just a matter of time. Trench what? Rules and Obama have ever emerged are still about a few people who decide for us. It's just about a few people who decide these things. It's about a few people. They decide, and that's why we're saying that. Look, so not just one individual somewhere
can just
will overrule the entire decision of a whole House of Assembly,
an institution where you are.
Did the people of your constituency really vote for it? Was it not that they imposed most of you on the people and they just submitted to it? So what we have in the PDP, they should also ask themselves. They should also ask themselves.
Are we on the right path?
Are we on the right path? Is this how to run a political party? Is this the way they do it? No primaries, no nothing when to do. But again, since that's the way we like to play our politics, it's just look, we'll all be alive to see the
democracy is wrongly defined in this environment. Just as we have been trying to arrive at since. Democracy is not defined the way it should be. Until we go back to that democracy, happily we have at least one country in the world or two, Canada and US, where democracy is well practiced. Let's learn how they do it. Number one, the institutions are more powerful than the individuals, which is what Fuad has been trying to say. The institutions are more powerful than the individual. The National Assembly or the Congress or whatever it is should be more powerful than the president. The judiciary should be in a position to control the actions of every other person. That is what it is. But until that is done, we are just in a Disney island, running up and enjoying ourselves, having fun all over the place. That is what it is. So, if we don't leave this era of how do I put it now, doing whatever we like, and nobody is saying stop, we are not yet in democracy.
Interesting conversation. All of the things we actually highlighted to fix today. I think the conversation now had covered everything, because at the end of the day, whether we discuss Wike or Seyi Makinde, whether we discuss Tinubu or Atiku, whether we discuss Donald Duke or we discuss any 2050 forum that is being chaired by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the Southeast Development Commission. Remember, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed into law the establishment of 4 regional development blocks: the North Central, the Northwest, the Northeast, and the Southwest and the Northeast Development Commission. So I think they are having the meeting, their plans and templates for the Vision 2050 of the region. So about everything we should talk about Wike and Makinde, but I want us to listen to the sound bite. And another issue show how much power they have, but speak in the way and manner that from Wike first, where he was addressing the factional leaders, PDP secretariat in Oyo State. He responded to what Wike said. He needs to stick around. Let's come back.
Go back to your state. Particularly in Oyo, I'm interested. Because let me declare my interest. I'm interested in no more.
In Yoruba land, we always vagabond in that house has not grown up. And 10 years appeared in November 2025. So no more vagabond in PDP. Finally, the government own interest in PDP lawyer states. Own interest in PDP nationally. Everybody will be loving kí ló ti ṣe fún PDP ní Rivers State tó ti wá. So orin tí máa parí ẹ̀ tí chairman á fi lọ court tape tí wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní pé ọmọ alákìísà tó ń jó lóru gbogbo ẹ̀ bóyá ilẹ̀ àmọ́lá. That is, they are wearing rags, dancing around in the midnight. They will soon break from them. Thank you and God bless you. was a gap in the leadership. Otherwise, those in 2019. Towards 2023, I was yoked with them. But now, I've repented. I'm not born again. But for no.
You heard the governor of Oyo State, Governor Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ Pᴏʟɪᴛ, responding to the earlier, says specifically that Mr. Chairman, let me register my interest in the politics of Oyo. Whatever happens in the primaries and the Congress, or then the FCT minister also responded much later that you were once a vagabond, you were once part of us. We formed the G5, the League of Vagabonds, and that's exactly what we saw. Mr. Matthew Okodua, how do you feel that how badly governed we are at the moment in a democracy that needs a viable and credible opposition to thrive, to not just only check the excesses of the government but also put them on their toes and provide alternative to the people? In case you don't want party A, there's party B. In case you don't align with the ideologies of party A, look how people had reduced itself, especially with the leaders of the party, to what it is right now, Mr. Matthew Okodua.
Unfortunately, I may have to agree with Chinua Achebe. It happens like that. The Bible says two cannot go by Wike and the other. But behind that, there are other things Wike had in mind, which Makinde, Autumn, Guayin, and who was the other one, did not have it. They did not have in mind. It was not made known to them. He was so clever as to hide all that his intentions. Otherwise, and other kind of things he's doing was to ensure that PDP dies. You understand? And that's why you understand. That is why. So it's very unfortunate. The unfortunate is not because it has happened, but because if you look at the political trend now, it is this same class of people that we have everywhere. So the next election will also be dominated by this kind of people.
This same set of people.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing.
EDP lost what? Power.
Presidential election.
So why was there a leadership gap by just losing power? Now, what is supposed to be as enshrined in the constitution
of the party,
which is also supposed to be in conformity, there was that leadership gap because again, it has nothing to crumble.
To crumble, yes.
But because the PDP, the kind of political position of Obasanjo, told them, Opemi, remain. That was why you saw it. Look, Opemi, we forget who is that. What did the governor? Under him, look at what happened in Oyo State. Ladoja. Baba Adedibu Amala politics. He security votes. And what was Obasanjo's alignment? He aligned with Adedibu. What happened in Ekiti? So it was a time. The destruction of the PDP. The destruction of the PDP started way before. So when Jonathan came in, he had no politics. And so when they could not force Jonathan to align with their interest
against their party.
So if he had said was a political vagabond to the PDP, and that was why you said
it's unfortunate that we cannot get a kind of third force. Is it third force or be fourth force? To just push all those politicians aside and give us a new invention. Let somebody to reinvent Nigeria.
Mr. Okodua, when Labour Party came out, people thought it was the third force. What? Yes.
The man who is so pretending should have a kind of clout. That clout which Obasanjo had, which Aneni had, shouldn't. But the worst thing now is that from when that he never had that pride. But then he was so they cannot come up with one person to give the support to. You understand it? It is your vote to count. Take a look at the current.
So we have a soundbite on that.
What happened now? Why are they doing that? Because the opposition is so weak. So you allow the ruling, because opposition have destroyed themselves in a way. Democracy where ideology is the same thing across all parties is not for people. Because after 4 years,
you go
across the nation, across Africa, that are spending 40 years, 50 years, they have finished their own ability after the first 4 years. The rest are just. So the worst thing that could happen, the best. Let me say the best thing that should happen to us is to have the ability to change all this leadership, all these leaders, state leadership, federal leadership, assembly leadership, the judiciary leadership, the market women leadership. Everybody should go and allow democracy to grow the way it is defined to be. They develop more than us.
I mean, look at Morocco.
Look at what do you call Saudi Arabia. Look at UAE. They don't go this kind of election we do every day. But look at development that are happening there. So it is either you are not doing that, you're not practicing it very well, then you leave it. The monarchy system, if you're not practicing it well, you leave it. But if you have made a choice, you are a misfit in democracy. Most of the leaders we have, they are all misfit in democracy. They loot.
Proper democracy.
Yes, in proper democracy, somebody accused of being present in the Epstein files, he resigned. So, tell Obasanjo to come and defend himself now. You are in trouble.
You may even come, but
so at the end of the day, just as the minister is overheard that. I saw your name on the EFCC list too.
You called
He called Mr. President. Call your boy. He's
look at the Bauchi state governor.
You understand
he came in saying that he was indicted. They picked up your commissioner. You were not indicted.
So those are the things. So when you hear EFCC, for instance, you quake. Even when you see police as an aspirant self, they saw a woman. The car had accident. I know you know the story. They had an accident. They saw a woman inside the car. Who is this? It's not your wife. He withdrew from the race. That is integrity. We don't have integrity.
I told me I'm running. If I were to, encourage him, we encouraged him. Said he's doing a lot of his work, blah blah blah. So eventually, we got the news that he had emerged as a candidate of the AP. The young man said, "Am I to celebrate?" I said, "Waiting happen again." The big people have done your primary. I say you have emerged. I said, no, there will still be a finalist. I say, no, but this. Look, the people who are politicians know the match. And I was already congratulating. I said, Martin, congratulations. I said, you people have done your promise and the list is out. He said, no.
That one is the list that came out is the Democratic Party list is out.
As I'm talking to you, the list eventually came out.
And it was not a candidate.
And his name was
never at the primaries.
Senator brought the candidate Senate. When the people of his constituency within the party chose him.
That's you we want.
And then you know what, Opemi? Look at that culture of consensus. There's nothing consensual about any friend come me here. What super? What super? My full super. I just when I see some of these things, I just laugh. What full super? Alright, okay. This is what you people are doing. You know when people say go enjoy politics. Opemi, let me now ask you on that culture. God spare the life of the president. He will live old and old, but take him out of the equation. Okay, I want to ask you a very simple question. In Lagos, if you take
that will hold everybody together,
that all the people in the party can listen to and accept his decision.
His leadership.
Okay. He himself could not look at Ogun State too. Who is that one leader? And that's a regulation, so that it's not just about individuals. It's about look. You come into Amdani. In Nigeria, he would not have emerged. Somebody would have told him, oh, don't want to leave the party for us. So, if you wonder why we have this multi-party democracy, which in reality, I've seen one of our senior colleagues who will be beginning to thumb chest. Anybody that says, in terms of ideology, nothing. That's why you can see that, but you go see what everybody just.
The people in the ADC.
APC, I see Akpabio. How? Just some years back, he was still a PDP governor.
Yes.
Today,
member of APC, Okowa was the 2023 vice presidential candidate of the PDP.
So how will somebody
don't make it look like it happened 20 years ago?
Okowa. I see Udom. I see your governor in Plateau State, Caleb Mufwan. I see the man in what is it called? The man that just left from Taraba.
Governor Diri was the chairman of the committee that zoned the PDP presidential ticket to the south. So just last year.
So and they shout APC and they say progress, and I see those people say, where is the APC? And so the man that is shouting, if you say multi-party democracy will die in Nigeria, you don't know what you are saying. It's political party in Nigeria. It's a political party of politicians who have separated themselves. Like he said, it's not like a group of companies.
Divisions.
It's just like a group of companies, the same group. but different.
About same of the same. The former governor of Benue State, membership of the All Progressive Congress.
So now it's APC too now.
It's not APC. It's APC change.
So when they say APC, you use progress.
Progress. Yes, now. The summary of the political structure in Nigeria is very clear. That we have a political system that my grandchild will be a Democrat. That is the structure that works with ideology. They're shouting progress in the APC, and by 6:30 you're already in ADC.
In rare occasions, we don't have politicians changing parties in other clients.
Yes.
Just recently,
because Kemi Badenoch already announced that it was going to be.
You see that all the covers before, but I no longer believe in this. Taxes for the rich, so that they're able to set up business in immigration. And if you see the movement, it's about look. I believe more in what the Reforms UK party is saying
than what my.
Oh wait a minute, you want to pick your call?
Okay, Governor of Cross River State, His Excellency Donald Duke, presidential ambition. Stick around and listen to the one would come back. Please, I relax. Let's relax the cause. Well.
But also let me focus on Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar has been contesting the presidency since 1990. In 99 he ran, 2007 he ran, I think he ran on nothing. 15 he ran, 19 he ran, 23 he wants to run. Now only you did. A time comes when you look at it and say, it's enough. Let me be a kingmaker rather than this king. Because when people tell me that they heard from God, I've never heard from God. But you see signs of where he wants you to go. And if you keep on doing one thing only 2 times, then he got it, right? So it's becoming ridiculous. And again, and this is why I respect people who say that, look, we all want the same thing. What the North wants is not different from what the South wants, right? But we all want a sense of belonging. That is the commonality between us. How do you justify, or how do we justify to our children that after 8 years of Northern leadership, we go back and have another 8 years? Ordinarily, I'm not a proponent of desperate situation today, and you need a leader that is. I spoke to a president of one of the West African countries, and he said to me that the problem with West Africa, we are fifth the population of the continent. We are by far the most out. The Americans thought we would collapse by 11 or 14 or 15. They thought so, and they did their work. In a lot of instances, we have collapsed.
Youth of Nigeria, we are really suffering.
Politics plays its part in everything that defines us as a sovereign entity. Shouldn't we probe even deeper?
Nigeria is suffering. The suffering is too much.
When it comes,
will be knowledgeable leadership committed to good governance.
Make it a date with Oᴏᴜᴇᴇ and Saeed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. on your top dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. Politics.
More and more. And as time they go, children they die more and more. No food to eat.
Thank you and welcome back. If you've been listening to us from 1 p.m., we've been on the Midweek Politics on Mainland 98.3 FM, 1 to 3 p.m. every Wednesday afternoon. It's always a pleasure to have you listen to us and also open the phone lines to have you, join the conversation on 0913-600-0410. We have your messages on Facebook where we're streaming live. We'll also have your messages on WhatsApp on 0913-600-0430 for WhatsApp and for myself, Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ would always want to comment on. We've talked about the leadership crisis above board, across board. A failure not to allow individuals be more powerful. An individual will still override the decision of. Nigeria has constantly failed in its leader in the ECOWAS region, ECOWAS bloc. If you look at it, for almost 20 years, we've been dealing with insecurity. If we cannot provide our own security, so Nigeria needs to rise up. Nigeria needs to stand up and not just being boastful about being the giant of Africa. In actions, in deeds, in words, and in results, are we truly still the brief? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good to have you join us. Your name and what you.
You see, I want to allow myself with purpose to do as a country. If that decline you have when the battle was, you get a leadership right, no African nation will expect us, West African countries. We need to get the
messages. We'll pick your calls and also read your messages in between. So let's still do more calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon.
You're welcome. Your name?
Your mic is somehow wheezy. The other two mic in Nigeria, you are abnormal. Donald Duke, former governor of Cross River State, has said. And Okodua said something, and that is, and if he does not favor them, they port again, and all of that. It does not have value. There is nothing we manufacture. You talk of leadership quality, we don't have it. Democracy. What is the essence of democracy? If you talk of roads, military, they are giving us roads, as the president. Now, I thought that by now he would have stabilized this country and the creation process. Why is I am challenging him today? If he can get to all of that.
Thank you.
So, God bless you.
Thank you, and God bless you too. 09136000410. Let's pick some calls on WhatsApp as well. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert.
You're welcome, Mr. Robert.
That we this.
It's an independent
because the money is not from somebody's pocket. Now it's Nigerian money. Where the Senate are supposed to be powerful under the president. That is the executive. You are right, sir. One of them that is appointed as a committee member to something like that. So where are we going today? I'm going to say the Akpabi and Co will present. See, Nigeria is a country.
It sounded like it won't be radio friendly. I thank you very much, Mr. Lucky, for joining us on the show. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Peter Wusifo. I'm calling from Abaranjani.
You're welcome, Mr. Peter.
I totally disagree with Donald Duke's position on Atiku. He should not play God. You see, if Atiku doesn't win at one election, all things being equal, that we are not maybe going to go under, we not want to extend his tenure. So Donald Duke should not play God at all.
1-0. I would have to pick calls. I would also have to read your messages. Distinguished gentlemen, is Wike promised to put fire in Bauchi State, and he has done so. That's James Ogbuna from Oshodi. Okay. Good to have you join us, Mr. Lawal Taufik.
Thank you. You see, like I said yesterday, when October was here, you see when we get national cake. These are the things. It's obvious. So, if this are witch, like always say, to continue, uncountable what they want to eat.
Thank you very much. If you're lucky, your call would come in. Good afternoon, Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ and Okodo. Sincerely, I'm enjoying your program, and all you have said is nothing but the truth. Imagine the state happening in Nigeria is serious. Who would deliver us now? Well, apologies. Let's read messages first. We'll come back to the calls. There is always those using this cheap fuel don't believe nation. You can see the people, and you cannot govern a modern state without a functional facility caused by weak economy without a functioning with messages. Sorry, good afternoon.
I'm calling from Ogudu.
You're welcome.
My two person is Dogara, the Speaker House of Reps. Saraki was the Senate President. If they are really serious that time, they're supposed to democracy well, because Saraki is a terrible condition that we are now. Honestly speaking, you will see his end. That is it. Thank you so much.
Democracy. By that fatal decision and message you took to say that the elected governors and days of Chief Adisa Akinloye's, we therefore have to go back to true party structures as Honorable Sheikh Mudakir Sekoni. I mean, even the vice president, VP Kazim Shettima, are very recently reiterated the fact that governors are the leaders of the political parties in their state.
That's the problem.
How problematic is that decision? I think a lot of us are actually not looking at that.
That text message just answered your question. When politicians become the leaders of the party,
overrides the structure of the party in the state.
Departmental head.
Hi, Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇ and Okodo. The man from my reaction around calling out or responding negative. Wow. Okay. Oluwadare Busayomi OBJ says, you're doing great, SARS. Concerning the PDP, I blame the founding fathers that kept in the PDP will not present the candidates in the coming presidential election in 2027. Greed and self-centeredness. Democracy in this country that is totally designed to serve the interest of the political heavyweights. Nevertheless, I suggest this. Actually, Dada went on Facebook and he says, "Good afternoon. It's a cash and carry INEC. 2. The president appointed." Actually, Dada Adedayo. I got your message, but I can't continue reading it. Oluwadamilare Busayo Mati Miloju says, "Great work, guys. Keep it up." James K. Michael says, "I'm enjoying you guys. Oh my word, what an afternoon we're having. Since we are developing political elites to the detriment of the vast majority, must all Nigerians be involved in politics to be able to become something in life? I'm enjoying you. Good afternoon to you guys in the studio. Good work and God bless you all. How I wish our politicians could listen to your fantastic analysis." Well, we'll continue to do our job. Benjamin says, "I fail to understand this. They forget that there's always tomorrow, and also that God that holds power forever. If Governor Makinde knows that things will turn into what it is today between him and Wike, I strongly believe he would not be pardoned." Eniola says, "Gentlemen of the wise council, I greet you." Mr. Fuad Said, do you have any counsel for those electorates that says, look, Mr. Peter Obi is just to go and get out of the 2027 race? Reason that the coalition of ADC has no political gimmicks to stand back to back on the show. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. Your name or where you joining us from?
This is Adamane from Ekoto.
You're welcome.
Most times I listen to your programs. You spoke so well, and I'm so happy.
Hello? Oh. Okay, see, the head call plays the first one on the WhatsApp people. I don't know what's...
Happy New Month.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the problem with us, I have said it on several forums that Makinde will regret what he was doing with G5. I said it if somebody will listen to me that because Yoruba will say Omaki on Yawure. At the end of the day, he now got appointment, he started to do whatever. I have not regretted really. But I know what is good for PDP today is to coalesce with the coalition. That's only, and it's not good to even have a southern candidate. You have removed, you said several times when Pastor was there, you said there is no subsidy on NEPA. 2020 on NEPA. Is that the normal thing? What do they want to do with 3 trillion naira for local government election, local government fund in Osun State? Where anybody can contest it. And it's now withholding the fund of local government. And then look up and do. Can we continue like this? We need a change. People should put on their thinking cap. We can have a northern president for FDC, southern president for PDP.
Jinani, for always joining us on the show, but we have to go. The calls are still pouring in. Please, let's do this in 1 minute. 1 minute.
No, only need to be 1 minute now. My hand, the premier, the course, first of all. And when we say we are not recognized the bad side, somebody looks ready to speak in Nigeria. Nigeria is very still good. America to do swag, criticizing today. The easiest job to do is to criticize. So when like power, do the way they behave. So we somebody, those 20 billions, look at former Attorney General. Who's 20 billion? Just let us have to set up for that. We tried this one for 3 years. If we take our money, then we still have our money.
Yes, thank you very much. We have started on the show today. Thank you very much for finding time to join us. Thank you. And it goes to Akpako. Even said the governor does not collect allocations. And
our politicians like psycho fancy to the point where you have to even appoint Prince Singers to follow him around
everywhere.
So and I need to let Prince YS know that no criticisms comes in different forms. There's what we call constructive criticism. A psychophant when people are suffering. God bless Nigeria.
And God bless you too, Said Fuhad. Thank you so much for everyone. We can't pick calls again. Apologies. I know a lot of people want to join the conversation. Well, by 4 p.m. request for your songs, your favorite songs, with Jay Dan, the good guy with the bad intentions. That's what he called himself, but he's actually a good guy in reality. And of course, he's a beautiful co-host, BB, the biggest B. They had a big current affairs leadership. My co-host Agbatomi through the world of sport on Sports Quiz yesterday. Well, Chelsea's run to the Carabao Cup was ended as their former player Kai Havertz struck the final over Chelsea. 4-2 it ended, and Arsenal booked their tickets for the final at the magnificent Wembley Stadium. So they wait for the winner of the second leg of the game between Manchester City. Yes, it's going to be them, and you know that today is Wednesday, so you've got to join the ladies by 8 p.m. on the Shenanigans. One of the favorites you got to enjoy on radio. My name is Oᴏᴜᴜ Akindele. Thank you so much. Side Father Matthew Okodu for 98.3 FM. Remember, the responsibility of fixing this country does not just lie on the table of the political class. You and I have